Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Biohaven. Austin Clinical Trial Partners is one of 70 research sites in the United States conducting a clinical trial aimed at addressing MDD, or major depressive disorder. Dr. Donald J. Garcia Jr. is here to talk to us more about a current study. Dr. Garcia, if we can, from the top, let's just talk about what MDD, or major depressive disorder, actually is.
Most everybody's heard about depression, but then major depressive disorder is not really clear. We all feel depressed from time to time about things that happen in our life, but sometimes depression goes to a level where it affects us in a functional way. And major depressive disorder is a clinical diagnosis for a depression that lasts at least 2 weeks long, and it can go for weeks or months or even in some cases years. People will describe loss of interest or pleasure in activities that they normally enjoy, and they might have other symptoms like insomnia, trouble concentrating, feeling hopeless or helpless or worthless, or having changes in their appetite like undereating or overeating.
Let's talk about the clinical trial that you're recruiting for.
So here at Austin Clinical Trial Partners, we're doing a clinical trial that's sponsored by Biohaven Pharma, and the study is looking at a drug which is investigational right now. BHV 7000 is the study. It's looking at people between the age of 18 and 75 who have a clinical depression that has lasted at least 2 months long. But it's essentially looking at this novel mechanism of action that this drug has, which works in a different way than any other drug that we have right now on the market.
Okay, so how can people get some more information? Especially I think about those who think, okay, maybe I've got depression. I don't have in my hands a clinical diagnosis from a psychiatrist. If they just want to learn more and see if they are a fit for this study, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, our website, austinclinicaltrialpartners.com, is one source. And if people feel like, if any person feels like they might have a depression, they can also talk to their family doctor. Family doctors are trained at diagnosing depression and can do an assessment. There is no cost associated with participating in a clinical trial. We provide the medical evaluation. We don't bill the patient, we don't bill insurance, and that's often a question that people have who are interested. In addition, there's a small stipend that we pay for travel.
It's really interesting stuff today, Doctor. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
For more information about the trial and how to participate, visit mddclinicalstudy.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Biohaven. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Marbridge Foundation. Marbridge Foundation supports adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities from 18 to end of life, and it's one of only 3 places in the entire United States that can provide those services. Marbridge is supported by wonderful community partnerships, and we're going to learn more about one of those today. We're joined by Becca McPherson, who's the VP of Development here at Marbridge, and also Charles Milligan, who owns Doc's Backyard in Sunset Valley. Becca, of course, first question for you, if you would remind us about Marbridge and what it is y'all do.
I just have to be honest, I have the best job. I work with 275 adults with cognitive and intellectual disabilities. They range from Down syndrome to autism, Williams syndrome. We even have a few folks with traumatic brain injuries. And we have the opportunity on 200 acres to provide services such as independent living skills, life skills, job-related skills, and training.
And you rely on community support to keep Marbridge moving ahead. So how can individuals get involved in supporting you guys?
Individuals are crucial to our mission. Having that opportunity to either give back monetarily or giving back through time helps our residents thrive. We have 24/7 care all the way from independent living through nursing care and end of life.
So Charles, I'd actually like to hear about your relationship with Marbridge and what supporting this wonderful organization means to you.
I was introduced to Marbridge by my childhood friend for 52 years. He worked with Marbridge and he used to take some of the residents out fishing. And I saw it for about 10 or 15 years he was doing it. And then it just hit that I felt like I needed to contribute or do something. And so first of all, I think we hosted one of their first fundraisers or a fundraiser for them, and it went really well. So we came up with May for Marbridge, and every May for the entire month of May, we offer anywhere from 3 to 5 specialty burgers that we only offer that time. And percentage of the proceeds for every burger that's purchased will go to the foundation. Get the word out, come and support it, tell anybody and everybody. The more that comes in, the more it benefits Marbridge.
Wonderful partnership. I'm so glad Charles picked up the phone and said, how can I help? You guys are always looking for community partners, right?
We're always looking for community partners. In order to run a facility like ours, we have a waiting list and we want to be able to accommodate more. It costs about $22 million a year to run a campus like Marbridge, and we are constantly in need of that continual funding.
Thank you so much, Becca and Charles. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
To learn more about what Marbridge has to offer, go to marbridge.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Marbridge Foundation. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Lowe's. Something cool and useful is happening at Lowe's. You can check out their kitchen design demos utilizing the Apple Vision Pro. Zach Ronhar, Senior Lead Designer, is here to tell us more. Zach, first question for you. What can customers do at these demos? What's the idea here?
So, as you know, if you've done a remodel or anything, once you walk in here, it's kind of a different world. So once you get in here, it's this huge barrier for entry. And what these demos do is, one, it kind of drives inspiration for everybody. Makes it much more of a friendly experience, whereas normally you're kind of locked in, oh, I like a traditional style. Whereas now with these demos, you just get to walk in and show us exactly what you're looking for.
Tell me how it actually works, because we're looking at just 3 devices, but this is actually the whole setup.
That's it. I'm amazed with our Innovation Labs team because they've put together a very user-friendly and intuitive experience. So you have a mirror iPad, which is going to show exactly what whoever has the headset on is seeing. That's great because if you have customers with a partner, you don't have to play this headset swapping game. It's all right there, they can see it. Check that out. We also have a companion app for our less tech-inclined customers. So whenever they're coming in, if they're not liking the UI or anything like that, if you say, make those cabinets gray or something like that, I can do it on that companion app for you.
Let's discuss kind of the things that you can choose. Lots of different options for lots of different little things, so you can customize this totally.
That's right. You can change door style, you can change colors, countertops, you can change flooring, walls, even the appliances, and it's all Lowe's product we actually carry, so you don't have to go hunt for something similar. It's all right there. We can help you pick it out. Makes it much easier.
It makes it much easier, I agree. All right, why is Lowe's hosting these demos?
It makes it less of this dreadful process of having to go through and pick out all of your different options and bring it to a designer in a way that they understand. It makes it much easier for just walk in the door, you see something off at the house, and you're like, hey, I want to change that. Come on in, we can do it. Whenever you're feeling like you're wanting to change something in the home, get a little inspired. It's a very intuitive experience, so once you come on in, it's not a lot of learning you have to do, and it really kind of shakes up that water.
I like it. Okay, how can the public experience this for themselves?
Yeah, so the easy thing is, if we do walk-ins as well, but we prefer you do it an appointment. There's a little QR code you can scan where you can make an appointment, come on in so we're ready for you. Let's get some ideas going. Start a conversation, go through it.
Oh, I like that. All right, some really cool ideas here. Zach, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
5 stores in Austin are hosting these kitchen design demos using the Apple Vision Pro. Scan the QR code on your screen to make an appointment today. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Lowe's. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Nautical Boat Club. Hey everybody, we're coming to you from On the Water with Nautical Boat Club's newest location at Hudson Bend. It's the 4th location for Austin's only boating country club. And Kyle Hendricks and Macy Milliken, club managers, are here to tell us a little bit more. So Kyle, very first question for you, my friend. Give me the definition of a boat club.
A boat club is an alternative to boat ownership. Nautical Boat Club is a boating country club. So similar to reserving a tee time at the golf course, you come down to the lake and you reserve one of our boats in the fleet.
Macy, I want to ask you a little bit about how membership works and what's included in it.
Yeah, so it's really easy. You start by paying a one-time initiation fee and then monthly dues over an annual membership period. We buy boats from the top dealers in the area like Axis and Mastercraft, Supreme, Bennington, Cobalt, and we have a boat for every water sport that you could want to do, whether it's wake surfing, skiing, tubing, fishing.
And talk to me about how much boat knowledge you need to have before you become a member.
None. Whenever you become a member, it doesn't matter what your experience is with boating. You're going to get one-on-one training with one of our extensively trained managers. We're going to do an in-depth review of the lake map so that you can navigate the lake with confidence and safe boating knowledge.
Okay. And then how do we go about reserving once we're, official members and we're taking maybe the family out for the weekend?
Yes. So you're going to have the ability to make reservations online. You're going to choose the boat you want, the time you want, the accessories that you want, and you show up for the reservation. All of the equipment's going to be on the boat ready for you. We send you out, you go out for a fun and safe day on the water, you come back, drop it off. We take care of all of the maintenance and cleaning from there.
Logistically on the lake, you're really close to a lot of the hot spots on the lake. 2 miles from Devil's Cove or directly across from Cypress Creek, Beachside Billy's in the water park down there, and they've got the zip line right across here. Maybe 6 miles from the dam, which everybody loves to cruise and go see. So it's a really good spot to be at as far as being in the middle of everything.
We still have 80 to 100 feet of water out here in the lake, so it is a fun and safe experience out here.
Well, this sounds awesome. So if somebody's watching today and they can't wait to get the family started or maybe just get a membership for themselves, how can they get going with y'all?
They can find us on our website or give us a call. We would love to get them out for a tour of the club because seeing the club in person is really going to show you the nautical difference.
The nautical difference. Okay, thank you both so much for your time. And Macy, thank you for keeping us safe on this boat because she's been driving in real time, y'all.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to have you.
Get started with a club tour today at nauticalboatclub.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Nautical Boat Club. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored on behalf of Secret Olay Body, Cyclese, and the Vitamin Shop by Tips on TV.
Hi, I'm Dr. Larissa Ferdinand. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a menopause health specialist. And it is May, Women's Health Month. And what better way to talk about women's health? I have over 20 years of experience as an OBGYN and known as an estrogen doctor for good reason. Women have unique medical and health needs, such as hormone imbalances that can impact things like nutrition, exercise, and sleep. Women's Health Month provides a timely reminder that these special health issues require our attention. And guess what? One of the most important unique problems can range in menopause symptoms. That can be hot flushes, night sweats, or even body odor. I recommend Secret Whole Body Dry Feel Deodorant and Clinical Antiperspirant for women across all life stages. Secret Whole Body is an aluminum-free deodorant designed for use from pits to privates. Secret Clinical Antiperspirant delivers the brand's highest level of protection against 3 types of sweat control: stress, heat, and activity. It's available in both stick and spray forms. Now, ladies, we know that skin is important and is a major organ of our bodies. How about elevating our skin care? One that I recommend is new Olay Super Serum Body Wash Collection. It brings Olay's award-winning skincare technology to the shower. Super Serum Body Wash is infused with 5+ advanced skincare ingredients and delivers 5 invisible skincare benefits in one. It hydrates, firms, smooths, brightens, and evens. It penetrates the skin surface layers to visibly transform and improve skin in just 14 days. It's available in 3 options for different skin types. You can find it at your major retailers for around $13. Now, menopause is a hot topic right now, and there are many products out there. I recommend also Cyclese Menopause by Boron. It's a hormone-free, soy-free, homeopathic medicine that relieves several symptoms of menopause and perimenopause. This includes your hot flashes, night sweats, mood changes, occasional sleeplessness, and facial flushing. It comes in a discreet mental weight tablets, no water is needed, so you can move through menopause with confidence and comfort. You can check out the full line of Cyclese products, including options for PMS and cramps at boronusa.com. Now, nutrition. We know it's important. The truth is, many of us may not like our fruits and veggies. There's an option for you. At Amazing Grass Sweet Greens, it delivers a sweet twist on nutritious greens with fruits and veggies and new refreshing flavors. Summer berry, peach hibiscus, and tropical lime with no sugar added, ladies. Amazing Grass is non-GMO, U.S. farm-grown greens that support vitality, digestion, and immunity with real food-based nutrients. It's available at V Vitamin Shop or vitaminshop.com, the leading destination for lifelong wellness solutions. Where to find these products and more information? Go to tipsontv.com.
The preceding portion of Studio 512 is sponsored on behalf of Secret, Olay Body, Cyclese, and the Vitamin Shop by Tips on TV. Bold ideas and local designers hit the runway this coming weekend, May 8th through 10th. Oh gosh, that's not even this weekend, is it? It's the middle of the week.
It is.
It is the middle of the week. I haven't had enough caffeine already this morning, everybody. Okay, during Austin Fashion Week. Matt Swinney is the founder of AFW. We're so proud to have him in the studio, now in its 17th year, and he's here to tell us a little bit more about what to expect. So Matt, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I know you work hard all year long because you have developed fashion weeks in other big Texas cities.
We have.
But of course, we love Austin the most. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the event and anything that's new this year?
Yeah, so 17 years, it's wild. We started in 2009. So it's 3 big days of events, Thursday, Friday, Saturday this weekend, 5 huge runway shows. We have north of 100 designers showing this season. It's literally our largest group of designer lineup ever. And like 90% of those are from right here in Austin. So
that is so cool. And I know we have the talent because every once in a while you'll turn on a Project Runway or something like that and the person will say, I'm from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and that's kind of the whole point. Like our whole point was that we wanted everybody from here to feel like this is home, that there's an industry for them, and that they can stay here. I often call it the Kendra Scott effect. You know, once Kendra decided to build her brand here, she proved that fashion can work in Austin, and we just kind of piggyback along that.
Oh, I like that idea. Okay, let's talk about how this schedule works because as you said, it starts on Thursday. I'm sorry, everybody, for my brain not working quite right when I was introducing this segment. Starts on Thursday, but there are a couple of really fun events along the way.
Yeah, so Thursday night is a show at the ACC Fashion Incubator. Thursday night, Friday night, we have a Black Designer Showcase. Saturday, we start in the afternoon with Sustain with Goodwill. That's actually what we're going to talk about mostly today. And then we have an Emerging Designer Showcase and then one called Launch 787 to finish it off. That's a lot of our kind of big name local Austin designers.
So cool. Okay, so I'm glad you brought up the goodwill and sustainability because as you said, that is what we're going to focus on today. What's the challenge that you gave designers?
Yeah, so first time we've ever worked with Goodwill and it has been amazing. Like I'm so excited about this partnership. So designers, we have designers and stylists actually. We have about 30 of them that went into the Goodwill warehouse and just started picking items and they're upcycling everything.
Wow.
So the show itself will be about 130 total looks walking down the runway, all upcycled from existing fabrics, shower curtains, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Wow, okay, I start to think about like the unconventional materials
You're going to see a little bit of that
in
a second.
Yeah, absolutely. But also so important to talk about. I'm really glad that you guys are bringing awareness to this because I think a lot of us are kind of cottoning on to like the fact that fast fashion is creating a lot of waste.
Yeah, this is all handmade by local Austin designers and stylists. And so, you know, utilizing fabrics that already exist and things that you threw away from your closet. So we hope that it inspires you as you grab something out of your closet instead of either donate it and it ends up here, or if you don't donate it, like do something else with it. Do something fun.
Or shop at Goodwill. I mean, you might find your next brand new favorite thing. All right, I'm going to have you come to me just a little bit because we're going to bring out Ether Designers, and this is Camille, and Camille looks fantastic. First of all, can you talk to me first of all about a little bit about Ether, if you wouldn't mind?
Yeah, so this is Alexandra Descant is the designer, and she talks a lot about vulnerability.
Oh, wearing her heart on her
literally wearing her heart
chest.
on her chest. So again, this is all. So this is a menswear piece, like a suiting shirt, like almost like a tuxedo shirt. That she has upcycled and created even from the back, like if Camille turns around.
Let's see it, Camille.
So
it's a
she's
fun
opened a big
little
keyhole and
cutout.
cut out. Right, exactly. So all of this, again, is sourced from Goodwill and then just turned into this super high fashion piece.
I really hope that also the styling for Camille's hair has come from Goodwill.
I
because
joked
it
that
looks
normally I
amazing.
can stand next to Camille and not feel super short, but not today. Not today.
She looks like an absolute queen. Okay, Camille, thank you so much. Next is Misha, and it's redo style, but we've spelled it kind of in a Cajun French way.
That's right, Redeux, like duh. But Misha here, so Sarah Tarasinski is the designer here, and this is actually amazing talking about, so this is almost entirely from a quilt, an old vintage quilt, but then she found like a Queen band shirt that she, kind of patched onto it. All of this is from like men's golf shirts, like silk scarves. These sleeves are amazing.
The sleeves are to die for
Yeah.
because she can be so elegant with them.
And I talked about a shower curtain, the bow in the back, and this like train. This is from an old shower curtain.
No way, I have to feel it. It actually feels so soft
It
and
doesn't.
velvety.
I know. I'm like, when did they make shower curtains like this? Like the 70s,
I'd
probably.
like one for
and it's
my
amazing.
house.
I know.
Yeah, but I think it's really cool to honor because also my mom just finished a quilt, y'all, and it took her like 2.5 years.
Right.
Like, quilts are a lot of work, so what a wonderful way to honor somebody else's effort.
Yep, absolutely.
And still repurpose it into something brand new.
Yep.
That is a really
super
cool
cool.
look. All right, Misha, thank you so much. Next is something slightly different. It's a bead in time with Gandonnet.
Yeah, so Dale Ellison is the designer here. So the jewelry is what you're looking at. And if y'all can tell, I'm sorry, Gandonnet, I'm going to get in here, but these are Scrabble pieces.
No.
Yeah, that she has hand painted. Like if you look closely, like
Oh, I
that's
can see a U.
Yeah, you can see them. And then like the circles are from like old curtain rods, and she took some like fabric from some clothing and like fashioned it into jewelry with wire. It's super, super creative, but the game board pieces I think are kind of like chef's kiss.
Absolutely. Gandonnet, if you wouldn't mind, hold your wrists up because those are some
I don't know
beautiful
how tight
pieces.
you can see that, but like you can literally see the letters on the. Yeah, you can see it. So
and she's made it look like
super
metal,
fun.
and everything's so
and she's hand beaded on the backs of them.
customized nowadays.
super cute.
What a cool idea. Okay, Gandonnet, thank you so much. And last to show us is Prior Waist with Michaela.
Yeah, so Camden, the designer here, so she even turned it into her own brand.
Wow.
And she really focuses anyway, all the time on upcycling. Not every designer does. So for her, this probably wasn't even a challenge. This is exactly,
this is like just making a look.
Right, so she was going for kind of Avril Lavigne, skater boy kind of a thing.
And she
puts her own
nailed
branding,
it.
and literally every single piece, including shoes. So these shoes were sourced from Goodwill. She added the spikes to them. She did the handbag or the messenger bag to, put her own branding on it.
I
think
love
it's amazing. I mean, she nailed the Avril Lavigne.
I think Avril would be really proud of this.
Right.
Oh, you look fabulous, Michaela. Okay, thank you so much. And just real quickly, Matt, if I can, let's talk tickets and badges because it's not just one big purchase now, unless you want it to be.
Yeah, you can. You can buy a badge for the whole weekend, and that's great. Or you can pick and choose your show that you want to come to. I always just tell people just Google Austin Fashion Week, and we'll be the first thing to pop up and buy your tickets and come hang out at the Domain. We're going to have stunningly beautiful weather. I know it doesn't feel like it today.
I know.
But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's going to be gorgeous.
Shaping up to be really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what cool ideas today, Matt. Thank you so much for sharing with
Rosie.
us. Of course. Get tickets for individual events or an all-access badge by going to austin.fashionxtx.com and stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. Are you looking to get more involved and meet new and interesting people in our community? John Cooper created the local events Tiny Talks and Pitch a Friend, both of which are a lot of fun and very cool ideas So he's joining us to tell us more. John, good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. You said you're used to big crowds of people, so doing television is a little bit different today.
A little bit different, yeah.
A little bit different. If you wouldn't mind, let's start by talking about Tiny Talks and why you wanted to create this kind of program.
Yeah, so Tiny Talks is a quarterly event where we get about 8 to 10 Austin locals to come give short PowerPoint presentations on some kind of passion or experience they had. So, for example, we had somebody that was on Love is Blind talk about what it was like to be on the show.
So cool.
We had the director of animal care at the Austin Zoo talk about what goes on behind the scenes to take care of the animals.
Well, and it's a rescue zoo as well, so there's a lot of interesting pieces to what happens at the Austin Zoo.
Exactly. And then another good example is we had one of the two people that coined Keep Austin Weird back in 2000. It was this couple, and they told the story of how it first came out of their mouths and how it became a thing.
25 years later, it
25 years later.
part of the fabric of this city.
Yeah,
You
and
see
she
it
was
everywhere.
super unknown. No one had sort of heard her perspective on the whole phrase. And so yeah, people super diverse, and think of it as just like TED Talks, but they're shorter and they're more fun.
And
So-
you do not reveal the lineup. I think this is key. You do not reveal the lineup before people show up. So they have no idea what they're going to hear about. You even track down, because you choose these people. It's by invitation only.
Yes.
The woman who found the 2,000-year-old Roman statue in a Goodwill? That is crazy. So she came and talked about accidentally finding a huge piece of history.
Yes, yeah.
In a thrift store.
Exactly. So any kind of weird, quirky story, just something to where like if you bumped into that person at a party, you might hear that story and it would be captivating, but there's never been like a platform and a way for that story to kind of be shared. And so that's a big inspiration in terms of just like cool things to share, but more importantly, the event is also just a social event. The big reason I started this and my other event is I don't think we get enough cool opportunities to connect as adults and make friends.
Yeah.
And so my hope is that Tiny Talks is like a cool way that people can connect both with other attendees as well as with the speakers and just feel a little more connected to Austin. So.
Are they allowed to ask the speakers anything after their... No!
Great question. We're thinking about adding some kind of Q&A, but the presentations are timed and it's very much like a rapid fire format, but
It's good for our like shortened attention spans, but the ability to talk to someone afterwards and say, "Can you believe that?"
Yes, they do hang out after the events.
Good,
so.
good. I love to hear that. Okay, pitch a friend. I read what it's about. I am literally doing this because Yvonne, I'm coming for you. Okay, pitch a friend. Talk to me about how it works.
Yeah, so Pitch a Friend is another PowerPoint-based event, but this one's very different. This one, we have people pitch their single friends to a crowd of singles in a 2 to 3 minute PowerPoint. They've been absurdly, Tiny Talks, we had 300 people. They're a little bit smaller compared to this. We had 700 people at an event in November.
Whoa!
Every single event has been oversubscribed. So it's just a place where people come and mix and mingle as singles, but also just for the fun, performative nature of seeing your friend get pitched to a bunch of people.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And you know that your friend's going to add a little extra zhuzh to it. So, I mean, it'd be a lot of fun to go see as a single person who is being pitched.
Yes.
But then also the ability to start meeting folks. Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Saw your PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
You seem pretty cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. We've heard stories of different people that have been pitched. They got dozens of people followed up with them. So if you've got a single friend that you think should not be single, it's a great way to expedite getting to find their partner.
I'm obsessed with this idea, especially because I really hope that in time people look at this period and say, gosh, it was the hardest period to date because the overstimulation of online dating, giving you so many options, and yet really it's a struggle to find someone who's actually for you. And here you've dragged a bunch of single people together in one room, and conversations can fly. I'm into this. Okay, both of your groups have events coming up. So you said the first one was seasonal, Tiny Talks. So that's coming up on May 27th. I'm going to do reverse chronological order, everybody. Sorry about that. But May 27th first. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, so this one will be at Assembly Hall in East Austin. It's our second event there, and we've got a few new things that we're trying out, we kind of keep it fresh every single time. So if you want to go see 8 to 10 Austin locals, give a little 6-minute PowerPoint, and also connect with other people, great chance.
That I think would be also, a good chance to meet somebody, or maybe even just a friend. A lot of people are moving to Austin and they have to restart their friend networks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was me a couple years ago, and that's why I'm doing this.
Exactly, me too. Okay, and then Pitch a Friend, an event on May 15th.
Yes, so this will be at the Austin Garden and Studio In Cahoots, which is also in East Austin. And if you want to potentially meet other singles or just come for the entertainment and watch presentations, and also if you want to sign up for future events, we're always looking for a new set of 10 to 12 people every single month. So
every single month. So
yes.
this one is not, quarter.
Yeah.
Every single month, that means you could meet a single. Okay, all right, I love it. These are such fun ideas. Keep doing what you're doing, John. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, learn more about these upcoming events and how you can get involved by checking out their website, tinytalks.com. Did you know this is Travel and Tourism Week? Do you need some help planning a summer getaway? We have our travel expert with us here today. It's Marika Flatt from Texas Lifestyle Magazine. She is joining us this morning to give us some advice, some which she has already experienced in person and some which she is gearing up to go do. So Marika, good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Let's talk about Canada. We were talking about it off camera. We both love it, even though I've only gone once. You've gone to that Montreal cool little festival since I've seen you last. What do you want to tell us about Canada?
So Vancouver Island is an area that a lot of Texans I feel like have not explored that much. You have to fly into Vancouver and then basically either take a ferry or a seaplane to Vancouver Island.
Seaplane sounds cool.
I know. So Clayoquot Wilderness Lodge is known as a summer camp for adults.
Look at this.
This is something, Rosie, that people should maybe even save up for, for some time special, like an anniversary or something. They're only open from May through September. So I'm excited. I'm going to go experience it in early September. But basically, you can be as busy or as relaxed as you want to be at this place. So they have the white safari tents that you stay in. Some of them even have a view of the water right there.
That water looks gorgeous.
Oh, I know. They are situated in basically a wilderness preserve. And they've got everything from helitours to equestrian, hiking. You're there to see the wildlife, and they call it vitamin N for nature. So once you get there, things are basically all inclusive. Gourmet dining, premium
This
spirits.
is something to save up for. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'm hearing the price tag. She's not saying it, but I'm hearing the price tag.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll be reporting back on Texas Lifestyle Mag.
Ooh,
on that.
I am jealous. Okay, this next one I'm going to be jealous of as well. Turks and Caicos.
Yes. So we hear about Turks and Caicos, but what is little known is that it's surrounded by tiny little islands. And so South Caicos is an island off of Turks and Caicos. We usually have to get to Miami, and then you can take a direct to South Caicos, or you can fly on to Turks and Caicos and then jump over. So this is where the Atlantic and the Caribbean meet.
Look at the blue water.
Oh,
It's wild.
pristine water. So Rosie, what I'm so excited about is that this place is some of the best snorkeling this side of the Great Barrier Reef. So if you don't want to have to go all the way to Australia
And
for amazing
encounter,
snorkeling.
great white sharks.
Right.
No big deal.
Right.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
look how crystal clear it is.
Beautiful. So they have, luxury accommodations. They're running a special this summer that's 5 nights, and you can save over $5,000 if you book it. So again, gorgeous setting. You can be as active or as relaxed as you want to be.
Report back,
Will
Marika.
do. Will
okay, Louisiana, you've just gotten back from.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love Louisiana. They're our neighbor, and Louisiana is filled with culture and amazing food and live music. And an area that we don't know as much about is called the Southeast Louisiana Gumbo Trail. It basically goes from Baton Rouge, which is the cosmopolitan city of it, to all these little small towns that are just so quaint.
Wow.
St. Francisville is one that is definitely worth checking out. It's a tiny town, but it's got a couple of great inns there. St. Francisville Inn, the Myrtles. They're building a brewery right downtown. They've got cute little pizza parlor. It's right on the Mississippi River. So for instance, at like St. Francisville Inn, you can just check out bikes and just ride through town and go down by the river. Nearby of St. Francisville is False River, which is actually a lake. It's a long story, but people have homes for rent around there, and they call them camps, kind of like up in the Northeast. So that is an area definitely worth checking out. You can easily drive over there too.
It looks like time slows down there, which I love the thought of for a vacation.
Yes.
Okay, in our last minute, we've got to hit our last two, Horseshoe Bay and up to Michigan.
Yes, Horseshoe Bay Resort, super close. Do it for a weekend. They've got a lot of specials going on. It's right on Lake LBJ, which is gorgeous. So rent a boat, just go and play at their safari park on the lake. That's an easy place to get to. Mackinac Island is in the Upper Peninsula.
Where you can't drive a car.
Exactly.
It has to be like horse and buggy,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
I've always wanted to go.
I know. The Grand Hotel, I'm going to check that out in July. I have been wanting to visit this place for like 5 years. So what I just learned is that Mackinac Island has a state park that is basically covers 50% of that island. So gorgeous to just go check out and see.
And escape the heat, y'all. Okay,
Absolutely.
Marika, I cannot wait to hear about your upcoming trips. Thank you for your time.
Yes.
All right, read all of their online articles and learn more about what they offer by visiting TexasLifestyleMag.com. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Austin Clinical Trial Partners, Marbridge Foundation, Lowe's, Nautical Boat Club, Secret, Olay Body, Cyclees, and The Vitamin Shop by Tips on TV. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin.